r/ass credit. Who is the single most annoying children's television character of all time? Gordon the Big Engine. That pompous prick didn't want to do his job. Which engine was blocked into the tunnel? I hate myself for knowing this, but you're thinking of Henry. They let him out in the next episode though. Most of us remember Henry being bricked up into the tunnel. But there were worse things that happened. In one episode there is a coal boat that is complaining because Percy is taking too long shunting the trucks around the docks. Fair complaint really. The boat has a job to do and now he's late because Percy doesn't know what he's doing. Percy causes an accident that throws a coal truck off the docks and onto the boat. This causes irreparable damage to the boat. He's hauled off and beached. In a later episode we can see it in the background still and his faceplate is gone. I assume this means it's dead. Percy sees no repercussions for causing a workplace death. Thomas likes to race Bertie the bus. Buses are a thing on the island of Sodor, and they are competition to the train lines. One day a crafty bus, not Bertie, decides to get the upper hand and wrongfully advertises that the bus is the train's bus and to get on it instead. This causes Thomas to have low passenger numbers. Antics ensue with Thomas trying to race this new bus around the island to reclaim his title as fastest transport. The bus tries to take a shortcut under a bridge and it's too low. He ends up jammed underneath and breaks down. Thomas rescues the passengers and reclaims his title. The bus is left in the field right next to the bridge. In a later episode we see it's still there, being used as a chicken coop and his faceplate is gone. Assume it's dead. The new episodes are just as bad. In one of the movies there is a Japanese train that's been hiding in the forests of Sodor for decades fearing it'll be scraped if caught. Luckily our heroes take pity on him and help prepare him, and he joins the crew. There are countless occasions that Fat Controller says or suggests that if you're not a very useful engine, they'll be scrapped for parts. Someone's already said DW from Arthur, but I always found Muffy insufferable when I was a kid as well. Also, I used to love Mabel from Gravity Falls, but doesn't it feel like she literally learns nothing throughout the whole show? Shoot, this blew up way more than I thought it would. I'll definitely say that I added the Mabel thing more as an afterthought, as I don't think she's the most annoying character. Still don't like Muffy though. Can't deny she does have her moments, but still. Princess Morbucks from the Powerpuff Girls. That gal and her enabling father can catch these hands. This is the level of passion I crave from this thread. That one little vehicle from Bob the Builder. And when they say can we build it, he says in this like 2000 high frequency voice I think so. Thanks for the gold award. The Mia from Dora the Explorer. I had to leave the room if my daughter was watching that show. So screechy, so repetitive. Like Gilbert Gottfried shouting 3 random nouns over and over from 3 inches in front of your face. I'm the map, 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 I'm the map. Fred on Nickelodeon. This freak even had a couple of movies on Netflix. Freddy from ICARLY was right about how Fred isn't all that funny. That episode is how I learned about Fred. I thought they made him up for the show. I couldn't believe he had a real following, and that was his real gimmick. He was nearly the most subscribed YouTuber back in 06. He was #1 for a while. First channel to ever hit 1 million subs. Boy, have times changed. Annoying Orange. I saw this, and I thought, what? There is no Annoying Orange TV show. Then I remembered. Reality is often disappointing. I will shred this universe down to its last atom. Sid the Science Kid. I hate the way he and his friends talk. I hate the way their parents act. I hate the awful way they walk like they don't have knees. I just can't figure anything about this show out or how anyone greenlit this steaming pile of shit. Randall on recess. When I went through basic training, we had a kid who snitched on another guy for something very minor, and the sergeant squinted and said, "You're like that turd Crandall from the cartoon Playground show. That one with a notepad." Nobody wanted to correct him, but we all knew exactly who he was talking about, and that's how that kid ended up being called Crandall for about 10 weeks. Clarabelle from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse can't stand that darn thing. You mean you don't enjoy her bellow singing every sentence? Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. I couldn't stand him. There was an episode where Muriel got fed up with his sheet and refused to talk to him. TBH, I don't blame her. And let's not forget the time he gathered a large number of Courage's enemies in their house to play dodgeball against him, as an excuse to beat the crap out of him. I'm gonna say Fanboy from Fanboy and Chum Chum. The whole show is a complete eye and ear sore, but Fanboy was by far the worst part. I feel bad, because that show was actually a big step for doing third in the style of a cartoon. When I was younger, I always loved Fanboy more than any other character, next to our almighty savior Book though. Caillou. I wonder how many people clicked on this thread like myself with complete certainty that Caillou would be number 1. Post title should have been who is the single most annoying children's television character of all time, and why is it Caillou? I am 100% convinced I wrote this question specifically for the Caillou roast. When Joe replaced Steve on Blue's Clues. Caillou. I was literally not allowed to watch it because he was way too whiny. I have never met any children who were allowed to watch Caillou. For a short while, Elsa from Frozen was up there for that bloody song. I remember Idina Menzel, the voice actress, saying something along the lines of, "If you have kids, you probably hate me." Elsa on her own wasn't particularly annoying, it was just the gross oversaturation of the song everywhere. Does anyone remember the blonde-haired girl on Little House on the Prairie? The daughter of the family who owned the store in town. I know it wasn't a children's show per se, but she was the most annoying, antagonizing child character I can ever remember. If I remember correctly, the girl couldn't get another acting gig because of how mean and snooping she was in the role. Larry Boy from VeggieTales. All the series. To start off, Larry the Cucumber was fine. Sure, his voice can be shrill, and he can be annoying. His songs were pretty funny and his character was likable. Larry Boy, however, is a nuisance in my opinion. He can shoot plungers from his ears for minimum effect, and he screams his name way too often. Not to mention in many episodes he gets all pouty when he's not praised for being a hero. A cute gag for kids, but it felt overused and teeth-grindingly irritating every time my little brother watched it. Thank God he finished the series. XD. I do however also accept Larry Boy, though sadly it's a necessary, because all the characters have an alternate personality for the sake of skits. For example, there's Mr. Lunt, a yellow gourd with no eyes, usually obscured by a hat, and has a gold tooth. He often plays the role of the evil scheming conniver, but it's a funny change of pace, because his non-evil character is relatable, he is easily confused, and usually really nice and helpful. XD. Just a funny add-on, I thought. Now here a funny story that this question reminds me of. A few years ago my dad and I were driving to get dinner. On our way there was a car in front of us playing a cartoon. I was trying to figure what it was, and I was telling him what I think it is. My words were this: I think it's a art documentary, no a movie, but what kind? Oh wait, it's Caillou. The way I said it could be described as utter disgust when I figured it out. Either MSO from Odd Squad, I mean like, all you do is sit on your butt, and you still yell at your employees, who actually do useful things. Or Patrick Star, get on a diet you useless high school dropout. Roald Dahl's Uncle Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Lazy entitled moocher begs from his impoverished family so that he can continually in bed pretending he's bedbound. But as soon as a trip to a chocolate factory is on the cards, suddenly he can magically walk and dance again. He even guilts his own grandkid into buying him tobacco, yet still paints himself as the good guy / lovable old codger. There's even a subreddit dedicated to exposing his fraud / hate. Inhales. I'm just a kid who's 4, each day I grow some more, I like exploring, I'm Caillou.